Hey guys, welcome back to Murad on Run, and in today's video we will be talking about how you can sponsor your education abroad. Now many a times people tell me, hey Murad, I come from a middle class family, how do you think I can sponsor my education? They say my father cannot afford this much money, I do not have that much money on me, and most of the times, like I can say 80% of the times, all the people, all the students that I help get an admission, they come from a middle class family or from not that rich of a background. Now people usually think international education is only for the rich people, only for those people who have a lot of money. So in this video we will be talking about ways in which you can sponsor your education. So the first most important thing is a scholarship. Now almost everyone knows that scholarships are good, but then how do you apply for scholarships is a big task. Now for that, one very simple thing that you should be doing is going to the university page, whichever university you plan to go to, and they will have a dedicated scholarship page, and apply to all those university scholarships. One thing you should know, when you're going and taking an admission via an agent is a broker. Now if you take an admission via an agent, he gets commission from the university. Let's suppose you go to any agent here in Nehru Place, or you go to an agent in Mumbai, they tell you to go to XYZ university. Again, there is a difference between a counselor and an agent. Agent has collaborations with universities, they get you admissions in universities. Now if you ask that person, can I get a scholarship, that person is incentivized to take maximum money out of you. So he can tell you that yes, you can get a 25% scholarship, or max he can tell you to get a 50% scholarship, but nothing more than 50% scholarships. But there are ample opportunities out there where you get scholarships of more than 100% as well. Yes, more than 100% scholarships are also available. I've already talked about so many such scholarships. Like I have an entire playlist, you can watch that playlist anytime. I would keep the link of that playlist at the end of this video, so you can apply for as many scholarships as you can. And it is a simple thing, the more number of scholarships that you apply for, the better are your chances of getting a scholarship. Also, one more thing, there are some scholarships which offer you 5,000 euro scholarship or a 5%, 10% scholarship. I actually do not like those scholarships. Again, I am saying that I do not like those scholarships because I've seen the education system since the past 5 or 6 years now, international education system. What they ideally tend to do is they hike up the price and then give sponsorship, scholarship on the same thing. So it's, I mean, you might have already heard about such a topic, such a thing that when you go to buy a dress, the dress which was for 100 rupees, what they do is they boost the price by 100%. That's like a dress for 100 rupees, they try to sell it for 200 and then give a 50% discount and sell it for 100. So you do not buy a dress which was for 100, but you go and buy a dress which is for 200 but on a 50% discount. So exactly, they do the same thing on scholarships as well, on universities as well. So if let's suppose you get into X university and Y university, and Y university is giving you 5 to 10% scholarship, don't think that okay, now I'm getting a scholarship, I should be going to Y university, because 5 to 10% scholarship is not actually that good of a scholarship. It's something that they can give out to everyone, because that's just the fee that they have hiked this year only. Because every year you'll see in Canada or in UK, they hike up the price by the fee by 5 to 10%. So if you're getting a 5 to 10% scholarship, please don't be too happy with that, because that's actually not a scholarship, that's just like a marketing gimmick, I'll say. The second thing which majorly none of the students know is that, let's suppose you're good at one subject. You can take any subject which you're good at. Now if you're good, I can take my example, I was very good at finance. Now if I'm good at finance and I'm planning to go for a master's degree abroad or a PhD degree abroad, you can help the professor. Now how does that actually work? You can reach out to the professors of the university. You can tell them that I've been teaching students since past XYZ months and I am very good at it, so I can actually help you and I can also take your classes. Now why is that important? Because the universities usually have a budget, but on this budget they can only have a professor, they cannot have an assistant to the professor. But let's suppose you're coming as a student, so they can give you a, most of the times what they do is they can give you a very small stipend for it, or they can go ahead, if you're very good at it, they can go ahead and they can remove your tuition fees altogether, give you free tuition, plus you might also get a stipend. Yes, you will be working a bit longer number of hours, but you would be working in the same thing and you can actually get this opportunity while sitting here in India only. Like when you're planning to apply for a university, you get an admit from the university, you know that you're good at finance, you can tell your professor that I am good at this. This usually happens, this can happen when you go there as well, and this can happen before that as well, because it happened for me sitting in India only. I did not take the opportunity, but this can happen either ways. You can become an assistant to a professor if you can demonstrate that you are very good at a subject. Now, how does that help you? Because you're already planning to study that subject either in your master's or in your PhD, right? So if you are already planning to do that, same thing for bachelor's would be a cakewalk for you. So it's like you sort of revise that same thing and just give your professor help with the class, and for that you can actually get your entire fee sponsored. Now this usually happens in a PhD program, but I've seen this also happening in master's programs as well. For masters, it gets slightly bit more trickier to get the opportunity right sitting at home while applying for the university. Yes, once you're in the university, very much easy, very much possible, but sitting in India before getting an admit, just while getting an admit, getting this opportunity might just be a bit difficult. But yes, this is something very important. Third thing is part-time jobs. Now, I know you already know that part-time jobs can be done. I'm just giving you an idea as to how part-time jobs would work in your favor. Now, so many people in Canada as well as UK work on minimum wage. Now, in Canada, minimum wage is somewhere around $15, and $15 into 20 is what they work for. So that's somewhere around $300 is what they make. But in Canada, if you work inside the campus means, let's suppose universities usually have a very big campus. Now, if you're working inside the campus, you can work as many hours as you want. The 20-hour work restriction goes away, and usually you work 40 hours then. So if you can work 40 hours there and you're making $15, that's $600, if I'm not wrong. That's $600. Now 600 into 4 is $2,400 is what you can make working on campus in the university. And ideally your living expense comes to somewhere around $1,000, which we've already talked about. So you can actually sponsor your entire education if you end up getting a part-time job in Canada. Is it difficult? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not difficult. It is difficult in colleges. College is usually a smaller building. It does not have a lot of opportunity, lot of places where you can work completely. Yes, it has some places, it has some things, some job roles of security and all those things. But in a university, you will find so many other opportunities where you can work. So university, Canada, that makes sense in terms of part-time. So I have seen people who can make money while working part-time as well. With that being said, fourth way is an education loan. Now, many people tell me, Murad, I do not think education loan is a wise decision. Murad, I do not think that I can repay my education loan. That's like a big major thing. And third thing majorly people say is, Murad, are you sure that I should take an education loan? Because I will be studying for 3-4 years. I will not be able to pay this education loan within these 3-4 years, and then I'll come out of college with a debt on my hand. I will come out of my college with a negative balance sheet. So does that make sense? Ideally, when you're taking a debt, you should be very sure about what you're going for and if that has job opportunities or not. That's a very important thing. Now, the best thing that you are doing right now while you're taking a debt is investing in yourself, which is the biggest asset. If you think that you can take a debt for your house, I would rather take debt for my education rather than take a debt for my house, because I know that my education can yield me 100, at least 1,000 times better results than a house. So when you're thinking about debt for education, consider it like this. Would you rather take a debt for your house or take debt for this education degree? Because at the end of the day, if you do not believe in yourself, I do not think taking an education debt would make sense. Because if you're so sure that you're gonna leave whatever you're studying, you're gonna leave the degree, you're not gonna get a job, you will flunk. I guess you need to first of all focus on your priorities. You need to first of all understand where you lie and then decide to go abroad. Because if you have the money, even if you have the money, even if all these first 3 steps you can somehow manage, if you're not sure what you're doing, I don't think it makes much sense. And with that being said, I would want you guys to watch this entire playlist. It has like many scholarships, so this might be of help. Thank you so much for watching this video.